Hello everyone, my name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about Is Google Making Us Stupid, written by Nicholas Carr. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. I'm about to reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel, so if you guys could support by subscribing, that would be great. In this work by Carr, we're talking about Google and the internet and how it's impacted the way that we process information. And Carr, he tells us that a long time ago, he used to have the ability to just dive into a sea of words, and to go into a place of research, to go into a library and just read book after book after book and not get bored and not lose attention. And he's saying that was very significant because when you're researching a topic, and you have the ability to read article after article and book after book, you're learning along the way. And when you finally find that quote or that passage you were looking for, you can understand it better because you already spent all of that time learning about it and learning where it comes from and why it exists. That is something that helps you understand your core subject better. And Carr is saying that because of Google, because of the internet, that journey of researching is pretty much gone. And Google and the internet is all about efficiency. You type something, even if you spelled every word wrong, even if whatever you typed, most of the time, even if it doesn't have that much to do with the core message of whatever you're researching, Google is efficient enough to say that even though you spelled all of that wrong, I still understand what you were talking about and what you were looking for, and here it is, correctly spelled in the precise article. Just click on it, and I'll take you to it. So Google is very efficient, and so you don't really have to read book after book after book to find out, to find what you're looking for. It just has all of it, and it's organized, and you can just find the specific quote or the specific passage. There's no hassle, and so Carr is saying that our attention spans are decreasing because he's saying when you go on a website, when you start reading an article online, you could read the first two paragraphs, and then what happens is you get a hyperlink, you get an advertisement, you get a pop-up ad, you get some sort of distraction that takes you away from that article, that takes you away from that book, and basically it takes your attention and you just leave that article and you go into something else, and the rabbit hole just keeps on going, and from link to link, you're pretty much clicking on the next interesting thing, the next interesting title that pops up, and you never really get to finish that first article. And this, Carr even tells us that this is changing the way that certain writers write, because in of a way you have to keep your audience's attention, and also it's changing the writers personally and content creators personally because the way that you take in information, the way that you process information, the way that your brain saves information impacts the way that you write and the way that you literally regurgitate information. So is something that's very significant, and Carr gives us a lot of examples of how attention or individual attention in America and with people that use the internet in general, how attention is changing, and this is something that exists on all types of platforms, on the internet, on YouTube, and media. The way that people used to think has changed, and it's because of the internet and how the internet collects information and saves it, and the way that you're able to go on the internet and search for information. There's no longer the hassle of going to a library, of searching the shelves for books. Um, so it's very impactful, and I think he has a valid point. In terms of analysis of the deeper meaning of this essay, I think this is something that exists on every platform, on YouTube, on in the entertainment industry, because if you're not interested, if you lose attention, if you're not focusing on a topic, you will click on something else. You will find something else. So you're not completing whatever you started 100%. So a lot of writers today, what they've done is that throughout the video, they have to focus more on keeping their audience rather than creating something that's complex, rather than creating something that requires more thought. because the minute that you lose interest, the moment that whatever you're watching, whatever that you're reading is not entertaining you, um, you just look over to the side or look under the video or whatever you're watching, and you click on that. So the question I kind of want to answer, or the question that you might be searching for while you're researching or looking or reading this article is Google really making us stupid? From my perspective, I don't think it's making us stupid. I just think that it's changing the way that we think, and I think that's the same way that Carr is looking at it too. We in the 21st century, you have access to more information than ever. And your phone, your technological device, it's always a few inches, a few feet away from you. So whenever you need information, whenever you need to look up something, whenever you need to clarify a specific point, you can just search, look it up, and it's right there. So you have more access to information. But the thing is, we're not using our brains to store that information anymore because our phones are right there. The internet is always around you. In the 21st century, no one's really that far away from their phone or that far away from Google. Google is always with you. It might be on your watch, on your phone, on your computer, whatever device you're using. Google's right there, so you don't really have to search for or store information in your mind anymore because Google has your phone number stored, your contacts stored. It can research anything you want to know about. You can just type it in. You don't even have to spell it correctly. Google will get it for you. And in 2020, as of right now, I mean, with Google Homes and all the home assistants, it's so convenient and so efficient that why wouldn't you use it? So there are a lot of advantages to having Google. There are a lot of advantages to having the internet. But at the same time, it's changed the way that we think. And books such as War and Peace and Crime and Punishment and works that are extremely long, um, they're the types of works that are losing out because if they're too long, if they're not interesting enough at certain points, you will switch to something else because it's all about efficiency and time. Carr even mentions this throughout his essay, saying that the internet is pretty much built like an assembly line because it's all about quickness and efficiency. You don't have to spend minutes or hours of researching something. You just type it in, and then there it is. So that's pretty much my summary analysis of is Google making us stupid by Nicholas Carr. Hey Google, are you making us stupid?
I think I'm pretty smart. Wanna know why?
Why?
I found a few locations for fly near you. The first one is the fly at 549 Classen Avenue, Brooklyn.
Well, I don't.
The second one is right
Okay.
on the fly at
Hey Google,
Cobb.
is Google making us stupid?
Can you try saying that again in a different way? I don't understand.
Is Google making us stupid?
Sorry, I still don't understand. You can send feedback if you want.
Well, so that's the answer I got from Google. So maybe Google is making us stupid, maybe not. But it's always around, and we don't have to save information in your mind anymore. So that is my summary analysis of this work by Nicholas Carr. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video.